you guys are having the task kind of helping to launch WGN as a scripted network. What kind of pressures do you guys feel as you're launching Salem? Or do you not feel pressure at this point?
We feel the pressure of making this show every day to make the best possible show that we can. The fact that it's launching a network is a kind of, at least to me, Adam, an abstract pressure, because we really don't deal with that.
Yeah, if anything, rather than being a pressure, tell me if I'm wrong.
It's a virtue.
It's been a virtue, and not only that, it's like it's lifted the roof off. It's like, they talk about being inside the box or outside the box. They took away the box. By being the launching show for not only a new major network, but may well be one of, if not the last major new network of our time, we get the chance to set the tone, set the language. We're not having to fit in with some vibe that's already been defined by what that network is. And instead, they literally are saying, no, we want to define based on what you guys are doing, how far you're willing to go.
Matt Chernis and Peter Ligori have been pushing us to push the limits of what the kind of storytelling that we can do, and it's actually been a great thing.
It's a thrill to do. It's a great extra bonus.
In terms of like how dark and how scary it can get, do you feel like you have the freedom of like an HBO, or do you kind of have to limit yourself to, or do you choose to limit yourself to kind of make it more basic cable? Or
we are making the show as scary as we can possibly make it, and we are waiting to be told you can't do that. And I'm happy to say, there are a couple of things in the first episode where we're not sure we're allowed to show that because it's never been seen.
Can we do that?
Can we do that? And no one can decide, and we're probably just going to show it. But you're probably in unfamiliar territory in a good way.
Right.
When even the standards and practices aren't sure.
Yeah. And whatever it is, we're putting it on the page, and to the extent possible, we're shooting it. We then come up against the limit. Oh, well, you can't show that bit. Well, my hope would be that, like with the horror movies that I spent my life actually writing and doing, rather than in TV, you'll get those too on the DVDs. So one way or another, you will see things that you've never seen before. And you will see them on TV, but also after TV.
Well, given how popular the supernatural genre seems to be and has been for such a long time, do you feel that it gives you a different kind of barometer to work with to kind of set yourself apart from it, or do you really just feel like Salem is a show unlike anything else that we've seen?
Look, what attracted me to the show initially when Adam came up with the concept, I was attracted to it because it was unlike anything I'd ever seen, and it was it's not the Salem in the 1600s. There's not a lot of material out there. There's the Crucible.
Right.
That's basically it.
And it's a very particular view.
It's a very particular view, but so to me, this was totally uncharted territory, and that's one of the things I loved about it.
And we're both huge genre fans. I was a huge fan of all of his, some of the greatest genre television of all time, particularly in science fiction, and also in thriller. But discovered that Brannon was also a lifelong serious horror fan, knew what real horror is. Something that we spent most of our lives being told you couldn't do on TV.
Right.
No real horror on TV. People don't want that. People don't want it. Well, we now know. Thank you, Walking Dead. Thank you, American Horror. We know that people actually do want to. But there's still a fundamental difference. It's something we talk about all the time. I love all those shows. But they are much more working within a genre as a genre. Making references to other genre things, using the images that are out there because that's what it's always been, and playing and riffing off that in a way. Whereas we've taken a different approach, which is instead of kind of zinging off with the surface of all the different genre images of witches, to drill down back into history to what did it really mean, what were they really doing, what did they really look like. So you're not going to, what are you not going to see here? You're not going to see references to a lot of old horror. You're not going to see winking references to the Wicked Witch of the West. You're not going to see anything that's that kind of awareness that you're in a genre television. You're going to see something that feels like reality, because that's how it was experienced. That's what made it scary. So I think that's almost the thing that most sets it off from classically genre horror, especially TV.
Yeah. Well, as you're arcing this series, are you looking at it in 13 episode batches? Are you trying to plan a 5-year, 7-year, etc. thing? How are you setting things up that you can take?
Well, I mean, you can only aspire to plan out all 7 years of a show.
If it lives
already,
if we let us.
We're definitely have the first season mapped out pretty pretty well, and that's unusual,
Right.
At least in my experience. And so it's all about executing, and we start shooting on Thursday of next week. We're Zoom shooting.
Right.
Pushing episode 2.
Yeah.